What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and then in the second half of the episode, all the week's weird news. I am joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Meighan. Shaun, how's it going?
Good, Conor. Up to the minute reporting this week, I'll be honest.
We were meant to record 2 days ago, and then a plumber showed up in my house and wouldn't leave.
Refused to leave. Just kept fixing things.
I was sick of it. I said, I'm done with things working. I want this toilet broken.
Please, start blocking things.
Fuck that boiler. Get the fuck out.
Also, sorry if anyone hears, I live beside a church and all of the bells just started going off.
That's how you know it's 6 o'clock in Ireland that we are recording this episode. So if this is your first episode, you don't have to do anything. Welcome, Lord, I think at this point, if the bells are going.
This is a blessed episode of the podcast, folks.
Technically, he's listened to every episode. If you think along the lines of our schooling system, he's been around.
Except for the Craven report, there's no God there.
But simultaneously, he's also given us all of our downvotes. So what do we make of that?
Conor? We have so many 5-star reviews on all podcast platforms. Please continue to leave them.
That is true. If you could give us a 5-star review, if it's your first episode, don't do that. Chill out, right?
If you can, you can if you want, though.
But I'm talking to you specifically, Jesus Christ. I know you've listened.
Sorry, I forgot we were talking to Christ.
No, but if it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share. The 5 stars on Spotify. If anyone could go over there, give us the 5 stars. Just helps with the algorithm or whatever that means.
Yeah, we're trying to. If we can, you know how Neo can read the Matrix. If we can read the algorithm, it's all over. We get to do so much more content.
Well, we can't even read, but eventually the algorithm will be the first thing I can read.
Yeah, it'll teach us to read. It's the Rosetta Stone for us.
So, as I said, the first half of the episode is going to be all the week's all the week's movie news, I should say. We didn't mix it up this week.
Which is pretty fucking weird these days. Am I right?
Well, not really.
Oh, really? Oh, shit, okay. Oh, it's a big corporate machine, actually. Yeah, no.
It's actually getting more and more aggressively sad.
There's less risk and less chance being taken as we go.
I feel like over the last 6 years it's gotten more sad.
Yeah. We hate movies. We stopped talking about movies for a while
because we couldn't talk. But Bob Iger dragged us back in. So we are talking all the week's movie news, and then halfway through the episode, Shaun will put a timestamp if he remembers.
I will.
And that is the start of the weekly weird news section of the show, where we spend 40 minutes talking about all the weirdest news stories from around the world. It's from Shaun hasn't heard them. It's a strange news story. Shaun does the intro. I don't really know.
We'll explain all of that about 40 minutes in. All right.
Exactly. But now it's time for some movie news, Shaun. And also we have a Patreon down below. You want to head over there? That'd be cool. How do you like Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider reviews.
Actually, just on the Patreon thing, we are at the minute taking votes for our Christmas Patreon movie review. We always do a Christmas movie. There's a whole separate Santa hat that we pull the names of the movies out of. So if anyone has any ideas for that, head over to the Patreon, leave a comment over there, and it's a great way to
and don't make it the Santa Claus again.
I'm going to place a moratorium on the Santa Claus movies, I think, because I don't think the second one is as good. I prefer the first one.
Okay, so Shaun, let's get into some movie news. And we are going to start off with some pretty big news that was revealed this week. We don't normally go this big at the start, Shaun, but Star Wars movie trilogy is reportedly lined up. That is going to be... The report says maybe episode 10, 11 and 12, all coming from Simon Kinberg. So 10 years ago, last week, The Force Awakens was released.
No, it did. That was a decade ago?
Sorry, my apologies. It was finished filming.
Okay.
10 years ago.
Right, okay. I felt it. Okay, it's still too recent, but fair.
Yeah, it was 2015. Was the end of 2015 it was released.
Did we see that together? No.
No, we didn't. I don't think so. Have we ever seen a movie together?
That's a very good point.
You thought this was the one time.
I saw it with someone. It might have been my brother.
Yeah, it might have been. Well, aren't we all brothers, Shaun?
No.
No, actually, I actively hate you. No, actually. So Deadline have reported last week, Shaun, that we are led to believe that Simon Kinberg and Lucasfilm and Disney have all come together to kind of throw a little trilogy out under the Star Wars umbrella. Not said whether I don't know, maybe... You know what I'd love? A Skywalker trilogy, something like that. Maybe something along that family.
There's no Skywalkers left. All the Skywalkers are dead. I don't care if Ray took the fucking name. I don't care.
De-aged them. So the Deadline are reportedly initially led to believe that Kinberg's new trilogy would comprise episodes 10 through 12 of the Skywalker Saga. Now, industry insiders have then come back and said that the 3 new movies will actually mark the beginning of a new saga entirely and won't have anything to do with the Skywalkers.
I would say don't call them episodes 10, 11 and 12 then.
But technically you do if you're going to do the you can't just go episode 1 again, because then you have 2 Star Wars episode 1s.
Well, you'd have episode 1, The Phantom Menace. No, I think you just call it Star Wars and just fuck it.
A New Hope.
We're doing a new Star Wars.
Yeah.
What if, right? But as if to convey the journey that the characters, the trek, if you will. What if we called it Star Trek instead? We get Chris Pine in. We get Simon Pegg. He's there.
Hemsworth before he's famous. He could play Chris Pine's dad.
Carl Urban. He's doing nothing else.
Oh, he'd be so good at a Trek. Now, whilst at this stage, no filmmakers, actors, plot details or titles are kind of out, because obviously this proposed trilogy has only come up last week, but they're now pretty much locked into the fact that this is going to be a new trilogy, along with the Daisy Ridley movie that we're not quite sure is ever going to see the light of day, but is currently locked in to be done.
So the Daisy Ridley movie is not the Ray movie. Not connected to 10, 11, 12.
I think as of this moment, now this could obviously change, as of this moment, the Daisy Ridley thing is in the ether amongst itself to the side.
Right, okay. It's off with Rian Johnson's trilogy and Taika Waititi's film trilogy, that he's doing.
I have no idea where that is. That's somewhere else entirely. But Simon Kinberg, he's the Rebels co-creator. Also worked with the X-Men franchise as well, so pretty big deal.
Yeah, so you like, he's got like Rebels, which is pretty good. You've also got a Dark Phoenix in there. You got I'm just looking through his filmography and it's fucking wild, because his first thing that he wrote was XXX State of the Union.
Okay, so he started off really high.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, X-Men The Last Stand, Jumper.
Look, I'm not going to say positive or negative, because Star Wars fans, they love Star Wars, but I will say, and you cannot disagree with me here, that the man currently writing the new Star Wars trilogy wrote both Dark Phoenix sagas in movie, The Last Stand and the Dark Phoenix movie, and you can't disagree with me there. I have no further points. I'm just saying.
Fantastic Four 2015 wrote that as well.
He also did 2015's Fantastic Four. All facts.
Yeah. That's undeniable.
I have no further points to make on that. You make of that what you will. He's also done good things, but he's also done those things.
Yeah, he's got 2009's Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law.
Oh, he has a Mind Fight. That's pretty good.
Mind Fight. I kind of like that movie. I think it's neat.
Yeah.
X-Men Apocalypse. That's another one of his. New Mutants producer.
Look, I think we're shitting on Kinberg here a little bit. I think Kinberg's been involved in a lot of things that haven't done well. I don't know if he's at fault for them, but all I'm saying is that he's around.
Yeah, he's made a lot of contributions to films
that have been seen as maybe not positive.
Yeah. And let me just check. His father also has a Wikipedia page. Confirmed Nepo baby. That's absolutely fine. Father's also a writer.
Also, by the way, at the time of writing, projects like Sean Levy, Taika Waititi, Donald Glover, James Mangold and Sharmina Boyd-Chenoy are all at various stages of development, so they're also doing all of those things.
Zero is a stage, that's fine.
stages -1. They also have Andor season 2, Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out,
Would rather die than
Ashoka
watch
season 2.
It's fine.
The Acolyte was cancelled.
Yeah, on a big cliffhanger.
And Stephen Knight left. Stephen Knight, who's the writer of the Rey movie, left last week.
Yes, we talked about that last week. And
it's all happening. It's all happening over there.
I mean, like, I think, and I know this is counterintuitive to how movies are made, right? But you know the way The Force Awakens is still one of the biggest box office openings of all time?
Yeah.
It's because you had some downtime in between Star Wars projects.
Well, people were excited to see it, Sean. They hadn't seen Star Wars in a long time.
They're excited to see Star Wars and what they do with Star Wars in the modern day. And now they've seen all of it.
Star Wars at the current moment reminds me of when you were younger, right? Say maybe 5 or 6. Your mother's trying to get you to eat some, maybe a cereal, right? And then you say to her, Ma'am, I like this cereal. I don't know. I'm going to say Cocoa Pops. Fair. And then she's like, finally, I've got a cereal that he likes. So the next time she goes shopping, she buys 3 boxes of Cocoa Pops. And then you're inundated with Cocoa Pops. And then you don't want to eat them as much. Or any cereal. I'm just picking an example here. But after like 3 weeks of that, you're like, I've kind of had enough. Of the Coke, of the Pops.
I like variety is the spice of life.
I liked it at the time, but now once you put 3 more boxes in front of me, I know what's ahead.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh Jesus, this is a lot, lads.
Where's the you don't eat the same. You don't eat the same meal every dinner time. You know, you don't. You mix things up in life.
Just leave us alone for a little bit.
Just let us look. I hate to compare everything to God Emperor of June, the 4th June book.
Of course. You always do that, non-stop. You're absolutely riddled with comparisons.
You just wait for the best man speech, my friend.
Now to open up.
I believe it was Paul Atreides.
Losing the whole crowd.
Yeah, just immediately everyone's on their phones. But people... You need to want something to fully appreciate it, I think. And we've just been handed so much Star Wars for a decade now.
Well, even as you said, The Force Awakens, for all the flaws of that movie, it was perfectly lined up. You had the 2006 movie, Episode 3. Yeah. Then you have 8 to 10 years pass. And then it's like, oh shit, all the people that were 10 when the last movie came out are now 20. Oh, they're really excited about this new movie.
That's the thing. I think you don't have a generational gap between Star Wars fans anymore. Everyone just has all of the same stuff. Whereas when the prequels came out, the people that like the original Star Wars got on that and brought their kids. And then when this new trilogy came out, the people that like the prequels got on that and brought their kids.
So we just maybe wait for a few years and just let it die down.
And in the meantime, put that money towards other movies. A mid-budget action flick, perhaps.
Release Batgirl. Wait, no, that's not the right studio.
Buy Batgirl.
Buy the rights of Batgirl and release it. A new trilogy seems like a good idea on paper, but the last one ended so terribly.
I think it's so soured, the idea of a Star Wars trilogy, that I don't think it's a selling point to say we're making more. I think I might have said this before, but I'm burdened by Star Wars most of the time.
And also, no matter what you make, people are gonna fucking hate it. Yeah. So, why touch it?
The only way, right, and this will never happen in a bajillion years because he wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. If you announce Episode 10, George Lucas is back.
But people will still be like, oh, he's too old. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, but I think just the novelty of it.
I have a theory, hear me out. I think, the fandom currently with Star Wars is that I would say it's very toxic. Yeah. It's a very, no matter what you do, it's shit. Yeah. Okay? And I think that is impacted by what we're talking about here, is when you have so much content, you are given the time and the ability to be like, I don't like this thing, but this project coming out in 6 months, that will save us. Whereas, I know it's weird, but the less option of, if you get one movie and then 8 years later you get another movie, you're a lot less critical of that new movie. The Force Awakens, for example, is a movie that is just a new hope again.
Yeah.
But people kind of were like, you know what? This is a bit of crack. Let's fucking go.
It's a slightly sharper image. The effects are a little bit better, you know?
Exactly. And I think a lot of people, they might have been harsh on it, but I think, or said maybe some criticisms of it, and that's fine. But if you have a massive gap, by the time the next movie comes out, people are just grateful to have Star Wars, that they're like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. I'll bring the kids.
But this is I think a lot of the issue as well is that, and this is all me inferring emotion onto a film.
Of course.
But I feel a lot of it is like, they're not trying to get you to like it. They're assuming you'll like it because you liked what came before. And I think it's like, oh, it's Star Wars. They'll like to see this. Not like, hey, we need to sell how this is a cool movie.
Yeah. Well, James Mangold and getting involved is pretty good, but they keep getting really talented people, and then they're just like, nothing ever happens.
Yeah, and James Mangold also made Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So
true.
I know he made Logan as well, but I'm like...
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It is difficult. We're going to have to move on though, because another piece of news, although Star Wars, a new trilogy coming out is pretty big news, what I would say equally big, Sean, is a few weeks ago I covered Tom Holland. He's going to be appearing in Christopher Nolan's next movie.
Yeah. Helicopters or something?
I don't know what it's about, but Matt Damon and Tom Holland locked in. Big event movie. And now we find out you got Anne Hathaway's in it, and old Zendaya's in it. So now you got Tom and Zendaya, who are both in the next movie with Christopher Nolan.
That's a pretty stacked cast, I'm going to be honest.
This cast is getting pretty stacked. If Cillian Murphy rocks up at some stage, then we're done.
Oh, definitely could. Always an option. Get Pattinson in on this? Oh my God.
So, like, they now have confirmed is Anne Hathaway and Zendaya have both joined the blockbuster. So, a few weeks ago, we covered the fact that Tom Holland has a terrible agent.
Yeah.
And because he always appears in things that aren't very good, other than Spider-Man, even though he's a good actor. And we were like, Tom, get a new agent. And then he appeared in the Christopher Nolan movie, like, on the cast list. And we were like, holy shit, Tom has done it. Yeah. Amazing. And now I have a theory that Zendaya got sent the script. and he was just in the house. and he
opened the post first.
He opened the post. And he was like, this actually is pretty good. Hey, my agent, could you contact Christopher Nolan?
Is this what scripts are like? Oh my God.
He's like, this one's really good.
But maybe that's what happened.
No, it's not.
But also, maybe I don't know. I feel like him in the last year or so has really, I think, acknowledged, like, he in his head has been like, oh, I'm one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And he just so happens to be a nice man that he hasn't gone completely insane.
Yeah.
And then I think if you, like, Christopher Nolan has a reputation of really getting to know the people he works with and getting to like him. So I'm sure he, like, met Zendaya and was like, oh, there's this part that's perfect for you as well. Like,
do you think that Zendaya... No, I think one of them went first, and then the other one was like, could you mention me to him? Just at the lunch.
The thing is, I don't think Zendaya needs Christopher Nolan.
No, that's the thing.
I think she's...
But I think she would be more likely to be like, Tom's at home making like a cake.
Yeah.
Could give him a ring.
Tom is half owned by Sony at the minute.
But like, Chris, he could fill in for a day or two if you want that. Like, I'm Zendaya, so like, I don't really care.
He's a stand-in on set.
Tom needs it, bro. Tom needs this.
And then Anne Hathaway has very few misses in her career. She's just...
Yeah, she normally smashes it. Yeah,
pretty much great the entire time.
Yeah. Also, the news is that, the way a few weeks ago we were like, oh, the rumours are that this is like a vampire movie from like...
Yeah, it's apparently not that anymore.
No, the sources now have said that the descriptions of the film that have been published to date are wrong and the details are being kept under wraps.
Interesting. Okay, so it could be a vampire movie. It's a different style.
Could be. Well, no, they've technically said the descriptions that have been sent out are wrong. So we could say it's not that. but they could mean like one word is wrong or where it's set is wrong.
It's not a vampire movie, but it's kind of a Wendigo flick, perhaps.
The old Wendigo.
Love it. Guillermo del Toro did a Wendigo movie a few years back, and it's fucking great.
Wendigo movie, amazing. Just have you played that video game? What's it called?
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Fuck yeah, I've played Until Dawn.
Of course. I just remember watching that or playing that, but I was watching a playthrough of Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And episode 1, you know, when it's just like the generic horror it's a video game where it's like a horror movie.
It's the cabin in the woods kind of thing.
It's the cabin in the woods situation. You have to play as all the characters and you can try and make them survive, and your decisions have a knock-on effect to how to play the game plays. It's actually a very good game. But about halfway through the first episode of the playthrough I was watching, one of the lads was like, it's Wendigos, and everyone burst out laughing, and it wasn't until episode like 9 and then it got a reveal. He was like, I fucking knew it was Wendigos.
Of course it's Wendigos. It's like this sacred mountain. Of course it's Wendigos. Also, Antlers is the name of that film. It's fucking great. I love it.
Of course, yeah. So big shout out. So now we have Christopher Nolan's next movie, Matt Damon's Zendaya, Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland.
I mean, already, and that cast list is only going to grow. And
the last movie he had, it was Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. and just
David Dasmalkian was in there, and
this lad just assembles like all these super teams.
Okay, it's like this and Knives Out, I think, is the biggest hey, look who's just cast in this, and that's news.
I would like Batista to get cast.
Batista in a Christopher Nolan joint would be insane.
I just want good things for that man because he seems very nice.
Yeah.
And I think he could kill it.
Yeah, and I also like how he stopped being like, oh, I need to be 300 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah, he's after losing like 100 pounds.
Yeah, but that's just that's what a regular human who keeps fit looks like.
Yeah, he's no longer just like 6'6" and jacked to the gills.
And he can actually probably play more roles now than he could.
Which probably makes sense. Yeah. So, Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of movie news. And I mean, this one is. I mean, I don't know if it's good. Might be. Okay. But did you like Deadpool and Wolverine?
I had a fun time with it.
What if I told you that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are set to join forces again with director Shawn Levy for an upcoming mystery project, nothing to do with Deadpool or Wolverine? It's a non-Marvel movie.
It's Red Notice 2.
It's Red Notice 2. But Ryan Reynolds has said that he is writing the next movie that he's going to be doing with Hugh and Shawn, that they don't really know, but it's going to be like with Paramount as well. He has like a working relationship with them. The rumours are that it's about a boy band reunion film reminiscent of the late 90s and early 2000s craze. So that they're going to be like a boy band from the 90s that reunite.
Right, so like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are like members of NSYNC, for want of a better example.
Yes.
Who then went on to... This is just that Phineas and Ferb episode.
Yes.
It's the Love Handle episode of Phineas and Ferb. Okay, I can do that. That's fine.
Also, in the same little thing, Jackson has come out and said and confirmed that there could still be a potential Real Steel sequel.
Fuck it. Okay, here's the real story, okay? For those that don't know, Real Steel is one of the movies that we've reviewed on the Patreon. It's one of my favourite movies, and it's way better than it should be. I think you can agree to that statement.
I can agree that we have done it on the Patreon.
It has a lot of heart. It's just a fun little movie where robots fight each other and Hugh Jackman learns to be a dad.
A fun little movie.
Yeah. It's great.
If you haven't seen Real Steel, Hugh Jackman is a guy who has control over his robot and teaches him how to punch. And then it's set in the future and there's robot fighting. Yeah. And he's a former boxer who lost his way and
he's trying to sell his kid for a bit.
He tries to sell his kid for money. Yeah, that's in the movie.
That's in the movie, but then the kid learns, and the kid's rough and tumble as well.
They fall in love.
They learn to love each other, and the robot is like he's the underdog. He becomes the people's champion. He's fantastic.
It's like imagine Rocky but robots.
That's literally 100% that was written on a whiteboard.
It's literally just Rocky with robots. And it stars Hugh Jackman, and it's a fine movie.
It's like 2 hours long. It's grand.
It was released, and so Jackman has confirmed that there could be a sequel lined up. And while a TV series based on the movie is also in the works.
Oh my God, we're getting so much Real Steel content. This is fantastic.
I'm going to say the same thing I said about Star Wars. Slow down in the content, guys.
No. Wrap it up, please. Come on.
19 series.
But you could do. I'm doing Real Steel news now. I don't give a shit. You could do. It's an older, huge, like a Rocky Balboa, like a Rocky 6.
You just want the remake, like Creed, but with Real Steel.
I do. I think I do.
So I like the idea that Real Steel, every movie copies off a Rocky and just does the exact same plot, but just puts it with robots.
But to be fair, like Real Steel 1 is every Rocky movie slammed together.
True, yeah. It doesn't have the if he dies parts because they are robots, but simultaneously the villain is like the Russian robot who just can't be beaten.
Yeah, like it's against Zeus, and it's like he's the best robot. He's unkillable.
He's
and
the greatest robot we've ever seen.
But then it takes the Simpsons approach of like, oh, he's going to tire out the robot because he's so good at taking punches.
I forgot that part.
And there's a bit where he shadow boxes the robot. It's great.
There's 100% a part in that movie where he tries to tire out a robot, and I think any robot fight movie that's like, well, he's got lungs, we'll get him tired. He's got a little touch of the asthma.
Because it's great. It's one of my favourite scenes in cinema. Is they're doing the robot fighting, and then as the fight goes on for fucking ages. And then Zeus's batteries start dropping, and everyone is surprised that his batteries are running out.
Of course, it's just he wasn't on the treadmill enough. He was not in the gym.
He's got
enough
no stamina. He's all power. He's no endurance.
He underestimated the real steel of what's Jackman's robot called?
Atom.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to train. You know when you're in the silk sheets. He's already a champ.
True, but he's got Evangeline Lilly is there, and her dad was a boxer, and she hates him but also loves him.
It spends the whole movie going, God, I hate you, Hugh Jackman, but simultaneously, I am in love with you, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Great film. If anyone wants to suggest that for the Christmas film this year, I'd really appreciate it.
We've already reviewed it.
No, we'll do it again. It's fine. My birthday next year, we'll do Real Steel again.
I'm not doing Real Steel again. We did it for your birthday last year, I think.
No, we did one of the Pirates of the Caribbean last year. The year before was Real Steel.
So Shaun, I want to move on from Real Steel because we just told everyone the plot of a movie from 2009, which is pretty good.
From Real Steel, Conor.
Emotionally, I'm always there. Live action Lego movies are back in the works over at Universal, with Jake Kasdan, Patty Jenkins and Joe Cornish set up to start doing a trio of live action movies based in the Lego movie universe kind of thing.
So this is like Lego. There was a sequel to Lego Movie, wasn't there?
There was a Lego Movie too, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, more in just that world, or with those characters? Or?
So it would be, it's a massive expansion, basically. So, because obviously the Lego Movie, you had that, then you had the Lego Batman movie.
Which is great.
The Lego Batman movie is fantastic. The Lego Ninjago movie, I didn't see it. And the Lego Movie 2, which also came out. So they have decided that they're going to go very hard at this and just release like Lego movies once a year for like the next 10 years.
Because they have the technology and all of the models are made already.
Exactly. So you just get talented people in to put their names to it, and then it'll have the same effect as Lego Movie 1, which I don't think you will. It's
You'll
a returning...
never recapture that. Everyone was really surprised that was good.
Yeah, so it's the case of how much does it take to make and how much will you make back.
Exactly. There is also that Lego Pharrell biopic is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very strange combination.
Did he buy the rights to this technology or so? How did he get that?
I don't know how it happened, but there's a whole series of musician biopics told in non-traditional biopic formats.
The question is, who came up with that idea first? Because Robbie Williams has the monkey.
True.
And Pharrell has the Lego.
I think someone else has an anime as well. Is Megan Thee Stallion or someone like that one?
Okay, I'm going to say so, right?
Yeah.
So you know the way they were doing the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and then they did Elton John.
Yeah.
right? I think the issue we have here is that Pharrell thinks he's the same level as Queen. Now look, I don't want to be rude. Robbie Williams as well thinks he's on the same level as Elton John and Queen. Now, I wouldn't disregard their fame. I don't disregard their talents.
No.
But I do think that Beyonce is a bigger star.
There's a leaderboard.
Yeah, I think there's a leaderboard, and I think you can only do movies for maybe the top 10. Right? So Elvis got one, you have Queen.
I also
Elton
don't
John.
think you can do them when they're alive.
Yeah, seems weird.
Yeah, and I know members of Queen are still alive, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can't do them while they're still actively, like, touring and putting out new music.
So, like, who... This is a completely separate story, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay, sorry. Lego, fine, great. Why not?
Okay. What I was going to say. So, okay, what's the top 10? Okay, you're going to go... Okay, you got Queen, you got Elvis, you got... I think Beyonce could do... You could do one with Beyonce. That's big enough.
Would you do a Michael Jackson one?
Obviously a Michael Jackson one, obviously. But who's going to tackle that?
I don't think you could pay an actor to be Michael Jackson.
You had Ray Charles years ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Biggest music acts of all time. Weezer, of course.
The Beatles get one every year. They just redo a different Beatles movie every year.
You got Madonna. Madonna was writing her own biopic for a while.
Madonna does have a biopic lined up, yes.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, you could do Led. Yeah.
Rihanna. Pink Floyd.
No, I don't think... I think the leaderboard, they're out of the top 10. The top 10 is cutthroat. It's... You got to be locked in.
Okay, I'm going to hit you with... this is up to about 250 million records sold. Okay. You got Eminem.
But he's already had a movie. Okay.
True. Mariah Carey.
Hasn't had a movie. Could do it, yes.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney's had a movie last year.
Taylor Swift.
Could have a movie. Still only like in her 30s though.
Has had a movie though. Has had the Eras Tour the movie.
Yeah, they literally had it last year as well. Yes.
Yeah. Beyonce, I just said. Mm-hmm. Celine Dion.
Has Celine had a movie?
I don't think Celine's had a movie.
I don't think you could... Oh, you could have a fuck... Whoever gets that role, especially now because she's not very well, and then she had the big thing at the Olympics, you could have a serious Oscar run there if you get that movie.
She stopped singing for years to protect her voice.
That's a serious drama. You get involved, you have another Ray on your hands. Jamie Foxx is Celine Dion.
And then you had the Eagles.
And I don't think... See, the Eagles are massive, but as I said, there's a leaderboard. When you say it... If I say like, I don't know, Beyonce or Celine Dion or Taylor Swift or the Beatles or whatever, and then I say the Eagles, you're like, well, I like the Eagles, but they're not ranked higher.
This is the thing. But then this is coming out, Springsteen.
Springsteen and Bob Dylan's getting one with Chalamet.
Yeah, Bob Dylan's getting one. Has there been a Frank Sinatra one?
I know he was doing a lot of drugs. They cover a lot of shit.
Oh, we talking about drugs? Okay, let's do this.
Amy Winehouse got one.
Which is terrible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I fucking want?
Go for it.
The Fleetwood Mac biopic.
That, you know what? The Fleetwood Mac... No, you'd have to make that a series. Do you imagine the drama of that series?
The chaos that went on.
Chaos would be amazing. The drama. I'd love it.
That would actually work really well.
I actually, Fleetwood Mac is my pick of just for pure drama and just imagine the ongoing romances within the group and the breakups and the coming back to you. You could have at least 4 movies out of that.
Oh, hell yeah. You could have decades of Fleetwood Mac and just it shit falling apart every
I want
movie.
Star Wars trilogies for Fleetwood Mac. I want 12 episodes.
And then at the end, Christine McVie turns around and is like, and my name is Christine Fleetwood.
So Shaun, I'm going to finish off movie news this week with, I suppose, is kind of a pretty big piece of news, and that is the fact that Sony, of course, have Venom: The Last Dance coming out.
Guys, I have to leave.
What are you talking about? You
my
love
heart
Venom.
cannot take this.
What are you talking about? You love Venom, right? You love Spider-Man, right?
Love Spider-Man.
So they have Venom coming out. They also have, obviously, the Hunter, your favourite lad.
Yeah, what's his
Craven.
name? There you go.
Craven. Of course, I do his name.
The Hunter.
The Hunter. I forgot his first name, and then I came back around. That was one of those where you just keep talking and you hope.
Yeah, your brain will fill in the gap. It's fine.
Firstly, I said Chakra the Hunter, and I was like, Chakra's not his name.
That can't be him.
That can't be him. So Venom The Last Dance is coming out, Sean. And you're super excited. I'm super excited. He's also rumoured, spoilers, to be fighting the symbiote god Null in the movie. Don't worry about it if those words don't make any sense to you. Null, the villain, is in the comic books. He's a big Venom man. He's like God of the Venoms, basically.
Yeah, do you know what? That's all you need, honestly.
That's all you need. And Venom's job is to fight him. So that's the plot. However, Sony have an issue in the fact that Venom 4 is something that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because Venom 3 and Venom 2 and Venom 1, while those middling movies, make them money.
Yeah.
And Sony only have Morbius and Craven and Madam Web.
Who's in a different universe than everyone else. That's confirmed.
So they obviously would like better movies to come out.
Yeah.
And they're in a hindrance in terms of that, like, those movies are not very good. Venom's the only one that actually makes them money. So Tom Hardy said he's done after number 3. That puts them in a little bit of a problem. What they've decided to do instead is that there's a new rumour saying that Venom 4 may be coming out with an Agent Venom as the lead character in the movie, which means Venom would just be Venom and you wouldn't need Tom Hardy in the movie at all.
Yeah, so Agent Venom in the comics is former bully / now friend of Peter Parker, Flash Thompson. Became a soldier, went off to war, got his legs blown off in an IED attack, and then was bonded with the Venom symbiote, got the use of his legs back, and went on special forces missions for S.H.I.E.L.D. and the government. Which I haven't seen Venom The Last Dance. I don't know how it ends. Unless Venom ends up in government control, it's going to be really weird to have a soldier Venom in these movies.
Well, I mean, Age of Venom is in development at Sony Studios, Sony's Pictures.
Every Spider-Man adjacent character is in development at Sony
Technically,
Pictures.
that is correct. They just literally have a whiteboard of every person that's ever appeared in Spider-Man other than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we do a movie with these? So Age of Venom is the next one up that is technically being written and technically going to be done.
Okay. If you really want to do Venom that badly, I guess, but I don't think people go to those movies for Venom. I think they go for Tom Hardy.
I think Tom Hardy's a pretty big name that kind of gets people in. Also, I don't think... here's one of those things. Have you ever met someone that likes those movies? Like, that's like, oh, Venom's my favourite movie.
No. I think everyone I've met said, oh, it's grand.
But it makes, like, so much money.
Because it's an inoffensive comic book flick, like.
Yeah, I suppose. So I mean, yeah, like Last Dance has made $317 million worldwide as of last week. So pretty big news. They like money. Let There Be Carnage made them over $500 million. Venom 1 made them nearly $1 billion. It made like $900 million.
Insane that happened.
So like they are making money off these movies. They're going to keep pumping them out. They're not going to do a Madam Web 2, Jesus Christ. So they are going to just do Venom until the wheels fall off. We're going to probably be getting Venom until maybe, I don't know, 2030 at this stage.
Until like Disney eventually just bites the bullet and buys that contract outright.
Also, it's super easy. Is it not more easy to do a Venom movie than it is to do, like, especially without Tom Hardy?
As in, like, just to do a movie with...
Yeah, because you don't need Tom Hardy then. So, like, you could just do the CGI of Venom.
And just have him be... But you need someone. But you can't just, get an actor. Like, he can't be Venom the whole time. Do you get me? Like, he can't be...
That would cost him a fortune, yeah.
Yeah. So they need an actor big enough to take on the mantle and be comfortable being the second Venom, who they can use on posters, but also won't outshine Venom, which I think is Venom voiced by Tom Hardy.
I think that's his voice, yeah. I think he does like the Bane adjacent voice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's a whole... it's a tough thing to cast for.
What about Tom Holland? I'm thinking he's free. I'm thinking his schedule's opening up. He could come in as the second Venom.
I think that'd be pretty funny.
Do
you want to know my pick?
Go for it.
Andrew Garfield.
You know what? That's even funnier. Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire is the new agent Venom.
One of them would be absolutely amazing if they just went all in and they were like, oh, well, they're Venom now. What are you going to do about it?
That would be pretty good, actually. It'd be awful. Don't do it, but it would be funny.
Yeah, oh, no, don't do it, but at the same time, we're not going to watch it, so definitely do it.
Yeah. Put Morbius out again. We'll watch
If I said to you, though, a Venom movie's coming out, Andrew Garfield as Venom, you would watch that movie.
Yeah. Because I imagine they'd put some effort into it.
Yeah, of course. So that is at the end of this week's movie news, Sean, which means it's time for the Weird News jingle. The Weird News jingle never disappoints, Sean. Always there, always just. I think it's like
always time coded. It's
always bang on time. Whenever we need it, it's always there.
Like Batman.
So, Sean, this is Weird News. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man too busy being the hero the city needs to look at any weird news.
I don't think you would be like constantly
I lost faith in that halfway through.
Guys, am I needed? Because you guys want me here.
No? Okay, off I go. Don't worry about it.
I feel like you don't want me here. I'm just going to leave.
It's a funeral.
So, Sean, we are starting off this week in the only place that we can. It was sent into us multiple times. Monkeys escape medical research lab for the fourth time. Are over 40 are currently on the loose in America.
I mean, this is probably one of the most sent in stories we've ever had.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people sent this in and were like, lads, 40 monkeys on the loose in South Carolina. And then to make it even better, the nearby police chief came out last week and said, there's almost no danger to the public.
See, there's a word there that really changes the tone of that sentence.
There's almost no chance that you will die doing this.
Now, look, we have a couple of examples in the history of film about this kind of scenario.
Yeah, and every single one of them doesn't really end, I would say, positively for lads who are us.
No, and I'd like to raise this as a point. This might be controversial. I think we had our chance. I think, look, if this is how it goes down, this is how it goes down.
You know what? We kind of deserve it. So simultaneously, I'm like, well, that does make sense. That is kind of something we probably maybe need to wake us up.
It's also shockingly similar to the start of 28 Days Later.
True. So you are hoping for maybe some sort of like amalgamation, 28 Days Later, and maybe Return of the Planet of the Apes. What are we doing here?
Kingdom. I want them to get like industrialized straight away.
Okay, right. You want them to be smart enough to kind of run everything.
Yeah. And then I'll help out. But if they want to kill me, they'll kill me. That's okay.
So the police chief Gregory Alexander said on Thursday morning they are not infected with any disease whatsoever. They're harmless and a little skittish, he said.
I mean, they're still apes. Like, they're gonna...
If your opening line is, they're not infected.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the infection. I'm more worried about, the whole idea that this fucking monkey is going to rip me apart.
Does it say what type of monkey it is?
Because
I can get stats on these monkeys.
You're looking for height, weight, arm reach, what's their punching style. The company usually handles escapes on site, but the monkeys got outside the compound about 1 mile from downtown Yamasee, Alexander said. However, Sean, this is amazing. What's the reason why these monkeys are out?
Did someone just leave the cage unlocked?
Wednesday morning, at the facility, a new employee didn't fully shut down an enclosure.
It's one man's fault.
We always talk about you go home, right? You sit at the kitchen table. Your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, they walk in. They say, how are you going? Have you had a good day at work? And you just stare into the distance and say, I've had better. I'll be honest with you. There's 43 monkeys loose, and I currently have no idea where they are, and it's my fault.
Like, you're definitely fired over that, right? Like,
it says new employee as well, so like it's your first week on the job.
yeah. Like this is maybe day one, and it's not even that you could say, don't worry, everyone does it the first time they do it wrong. No, it's the first time this has happened.
Well, I think this, in my head, they've watched him for maybe a week, right? And they're like, look, he's got the ropes down. What we'll do is we'll do a trial run and we'll let him go around for maybe one of the loops by himself, maybe for an hour, and we'll see how he does. And he comes back and they're like, everything's sorted? All good. The monkeys want to be let out there of enclosure 3, so I gave them some air. They convinced me. They had pretty good negotiation skills, and I think they needed a bit of air.
Yeah, and the fact that he tried to lock the cage and didn't succeed.
He didn't fully shut the enclosure.
No, like he just they're monkeys. What are they going to do? Oh, they'll do a lot.
He put the key under a rock right beside the door. They'll never figure that out, idiot
He
monkeys.
forgot the key in the office, and he said to him, "Oh no, please wait here. I'll go get it."
They have said, by the way, that the handlers know them well. Usually they can get them back with a little treat or a fruit. Shaun, I think they're very much underestimating the fact that 43 monkeys are loose, and I don't think they give a fuck what kind of treat you're offering them.
No, and if I may, a couple of fun facts about the rhesus macaque, which is what monkeys these are. They've been known to overrun villages in India, stealing food and breaking into homes.
Good. Fantastic.
And also, they preceded humans in going to space. Now, we sent them there. They didn't do it off their own accord.
I assume they didn't build their own ship. If they did that, I'd be raging.
I'd be terrified. It would already be the planet of the apes.
So you're saying, also, by the way, Alpha Genesis is the name of the group that are being sent to track these monkeys down.
That's the most sci-fi fucking monkey
Alpha
killing
Genesis,
group I've
and the
ever
boys
seen.
all show up in like black vans, black SUVs, all in a line.
Alpha Genesis Prime. This is where James Franco worked in the first Planet of the Apes.
People living nearby, Shaun, what advice have they been given?
Look after your bananas, I guess.
They have been told, shut your windows and doors.
You know what? It's fair advice.
Strategy. I would say it is the middle of November, so at the same time, who's walking around with windows and doors open?
That's true. But again, South Carolina? What's weather South Carolina today? Same hemisphere. South Carolina today, Connor, 19 degrees Celsius.
See, we're doing... Okay, that's not bad.
I'd be opening the window myself now.
Not if there was monkeys out, though.
Free monkey. What are we doing?
There's one couple who's like, well, I'm hot, Susan, okay? I'm opening the window.
Although they'll have air conditioning in America, sure.
True, they don't actually need windows. It's fine. We don't have aircon.
No, we just have brick walls and a heater.
That's all you need. The company, by the way, Alpha Genesis, did not respond to an email asking about Wednesday's escape. So they've left the reporters on scene in terms of what they need. The federal officials actually fined Alpha Genesis all the way back in 2018. They fined them nearly 13 grand after dozens of primates escaped as well, as for an incident that left a few others without water and other problems with how the monkeys were housed. So they've had escapes before. Now they've had another one. Shaun, what are your thoughts?
I've been doing a bit of research into alphagenesis, right? Do you want to know what they were testing on these monkeys?
See, I'm starting to think maybe the monkeys are the heroes of this story, but please go on.
They were doing research on progressive brain disorders. So exactly the same as the Planet of the Apes monkeys.
Sorry, James Franco's movie from 2011. What was he working on?
It was a progressive brain disorder he was trying to cure by testing on apes.
His father had Alzheimer's, and he was trying to heal it.
That's it, John Lithgow. Great piece of acting.
And then he gets his memory back, but simultaneously the monkeys become smart.
Yeah, but it was so they tested it on Caesar's mother, Bright Eyes, and then Caesar was born, and then Caesar had it, and that's how Caesar got smart.
Yeah. So we're saying that this is the exact replica of those movies.
It's shockingly similar. And the apes that escaped were very young females, weighing approximately 6 to 7 pounds. So they could have just been born like Caesar. Oh my God.
John, I have one question and one question only. How fucked is everyone in the preceding nearby area once these monkeys get loose?
I think we got maybe 4 years before we're in.
Oh, 4? I think less than 4, sure.
Nah, because they gotta reproduce and multiply and become more monkeys.
Okay, yeah. But they're gonna go off and maybe set up some sort of, I don't know, a village.
Oh yeah, some sort of camp in the woods, and there'll be a tense agreement of peace. But then someone's gonna fuck it up. Yeah.
And then what we need is maybe some sort of military guy who comes in and is a bit crazy and maybe kicks it all off into pure on just madness.
Yeah, and then the third one takes a really weird tone shift into it's a whole white supremacist thing. It's fine, don't worry about it.
How do you explain this to the people? Like, if you're rigging this, if you're part of that lab and you're like, look, we were working on literally what's that movie about, and also they're all escaped. Sorry about that, but this is bad.
I think I'm taking a holiday, honestly.
I think you take a few weeks.
Not dealing with this.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
No, I'm taking some annual leave in the run up to Christmas.
And everyone's giving the side eye to the guy who left the gate open. Like, you fucking idiot, John.
Because that's a company that presumably has investors and shit that they will have to now justify to as they ask for more funding for more monkeys.
Please give us money for a lock. We need a lock.
Or to train people how to use a lock successfully.
Or train people how to fist fight a monkey.
Here's what we do. We get 100 monkeys and 100 typewriters.
Actually, here's my thing, Sean. I have a question for you. How would you solve this problem?
Look... Okay, what do you have? 43 young.
You have 43 monkeys versus you, but you have the means to maybe get whatever animal you want, one, whatever invention you want from Acme, two. Just how do we get these 43 monkeys that are currently on the loose back into the compound?
Well, do monkeys actually like bananas? Because we could just do a big load of banana traps, and then as they eat more bananas, it gets more slippy. And so we catch more monkeys.
Put the bananas on a hill.
And at the bottom of the hill, big net.
So your idea immediately big net, or are we going... Like, you've been put in charge. In my head, you're the man for this job. They give you like the general title and the tags. And they're like, Shaun Meighan, lead us to victory. You have all of our means and all of our... anything you need, we're with you.
Well, I don't mean to fall back on my usual...
Of course.
Procedure for eliminating an invasive species. But if we were to look at the natural predator of the macaque monkey...
What would it be?
You got weasels, leopards, sharks.
So you're going to release sharks?
Into, South Carolina?
Yeah, 19 degrees today.
And look, I'm not big on my... there is a beach. There's a beach there. We lower them down to Charleston. Oh, we'll be fine.
So you're going to lure the monkeys to an area and then hope the sharks pop out of the water to eat them.
Yeah, big string of... No, because I'll have crocodiles and snakes there as well.
So what you need is... What was the second thing you said? Jaguars?
Leopards.
Leopards. What we need is a big bag of leopards. How many leopards would you need?
For 43 monkeys?
43 monkeys. This is the cutoff. 6. There's no way 6 leopards are getting that job
6
done.
leopards would have it. That's 7 monkeys per leopard. That's fine.
Yeah, what are they, like an SAS team of leopards? What the fuck is this? I'm thinking 1-to-1 here. A monkey's fucking dead.
You want to deal with 43 leopards?
We'll deal with that problem when we get there. No. But currently, we have a different problem.
Wait. These are super intelligent monkeys.
Yeah. So you're dealing with like monkeys who are much smarter than those leopards.
I'm going to need 86 leopards, please.
Now we have to solve the problem of 86 leopards.
I mean, okay, we're doing this. Predator
now we
of
need
leopards.
110 monkeys.
Lions, hyenas, painted dogs, and tigers. What's a painted dog?
That's any dog, surely.
It's an African wild dog. Oh, it's got like spots and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think tigers. I think you get in maybe... I think you get 30 leopards to deal with the 43 monkeys. And then you get 20 lions to deal with the 30 leopards.
That's probably... Leopards is probably one of the most balanced matchups because I feel like a leopard on a good day could take a lion.
You think?
Yeah.
No, I think lions are taking that. I think one lion takes at least 3 leopards.
Not 3.
At the same time, no. But like one back to back, he's definitely taking 2.
I think a leopard will be faster than a lion in combat.
True, but if a lion gets you, it's game over, lad.
If a leopard gets you, it's game over. What are we talking about?
If a lion's way bigger than a leopard.
Try and say that without any eyes.
What if you had 2 monkeys who were an incredibly good tag team, right? And they had a good like tag team rapport. What are you doing then?
Versus a leopard.
Yeah.
Monkeys. I think the monkeys are getting away faster than they're killing a leopard, though.
But what if we give the monkeys weapons?
What kind of weapons? A shotgun.
Screwdrivers.
Flathead?
Flathead, yeah.
Monkeys have it.
They're taking that. They're fucking them up. So Sean, I just wanted to feel like we had to solve that monkey problem. I think we did. I think leopards.
86 leopards.
86 leopards. It's obviously the logical next step. And also, anyone who's living in that area, just shut your doors and windows. Monkeys, they'll fuck you up, man.
Yeah, get a monkey repellent in.
What's a monkey? A leopard.
Love. Love killed the King Kong.
It's your children.
What's that quote?
Monkeys hate that.
They get jealous.
So moving on to our next piece of news, Sean, and this is a story I didn't get to last week, but it's very, very funny, and I kind of wanted to let everyone know what was going on, because about a week and a half ago, Halloween was on. Feels like a long time ago now, right?
Yeah, that was last week.
And however, Sean, the thing about this is that Dublin had Dublin had a bit of a charade, shall we say, that occurred there that night. So Halloween night appears, there's little marches and there's little things going on in every town and city across Ireland, because we love Halloween here, because we invented it.
That's ours.
Yeah, we made it up. Yeah, fucking fight you, lads.
That's our new year, technically.
We have nothing else. Give us that. But so what happened was a Facebook post went out, and it was like the Dublin March. There's a Dublin parade going on Halloween night, and it's going to be like all skeletons and like fireworks, and it's going to look super cool, and it's going to go right through Dublin city centre, and it's going to be amazing. And Sean, thousands of people showed up in the Dublin streets, like so many people.
Yeah, pictures were insane.
It was for something called the My Spirit Halloween, which is what it was being called. And what happened was they all showed up. They're all standing in the middle of the centre of Dublin, which also, by the way, the traffic was nobody could go anywhere because obviously the police hadn't come out to block the road or anything, because the parade was not real. It was not actually happening.
It was a fabrication of a parade, and it just ruined everyone's Thursday night.
And so everyone who was in Dublin trying to maybe get home after work couldn't leave because you're all trapped in because all the roads are now blocked with people. And then you have all the people who are waiting there for maybe an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, that nothing happened. And they were all just standing around.
There's a bunch of AI-generated promo material for this fake parade.
So here's the thing. Then it came out a few days ago that a Pakistani firm was behind the fake channels and the fake accounts. And what happened was they were just creating accounts, and this one just hit, right? This account just, they gave the Dublin people what they wanted, which was a parade on Halloween, a time for drinking. Here we go, lads.
Now, could have been ghosts doing a big parade. You wouldn't have seen them.
I suppose, but the Pakistani firm has now come out and apologised for directing Dubliners to a non-existent Halloween event up to a week and a half ago. The footage, if you haven't seen it, shows people lining up on both sides of O'Connell Street waiting for like the giant Halloween puppets and like performance companies that were all going to do this like dance and parade. It was going to be amazing.
And look, to people's credit, those kind of things do happen in other areas on the night. It's just never in Dublin city centre. Yeah. And so the crowds had turned up to the event, which was listed as taking place on the My Spirit Halloween website. Bemused crowds began to disperse by the police, who told them no such parade was taking place. And they didn't understand why they were all there. But like, and O'Connell Street as well is it's one of the main streets.
Yeah. The website falsely advertised that the Macnas parade would take place between 7 and 9 p.m. after a member of their team had cut and pasted notice for last year's event and inserted it into this year's calendar. So they just took what was happening last year legitimately and just copy and pasted it again. And what happened was it just caught on, right? And he basically, the company that came out and said that they were very embarrassed that they got dragged into this because the AI just automatically created this.
Well, it's almost like you can't really control what AI does, isn't it?
So, Sean, Irish people fooled by AI. I mean, lads. Like, we're the first down. The next up is everywhere else, the rest of the world.
That's it. Let this be an example. You know, we ruined our Halloween. Well, not mine. I had a great Halloween. But we ruined Dubliners' Halloween. And
look, I wouldn't normally give Dubliners any happiness, right? I don't want them to have anything happy. As someone... No. But this is the one scenario, lads, where you went too far.
You fucked with Halloween.
If you fuck with them, you fuck with us, right? We're allowed to slag them, but you're not allowed to slag them. It's kind of a family thing.
Yeah. It's a friendly rivalry that's going on. Yeah.
Like, it's not their fault that they were born in Dublin. You know what I mean? They didn't choose that, right? That's not their fault.
They don't know any better.
I loved it. Like, every county were like, that's a shit county, that's a shit county. And if someone from like England or the UK or like America was like, yeah, haha, isn't that funny? We'd be like, all right, hang on. Like, just
stop that.
Like a personal about the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like,
they're nice lads.
They're grand. They're sound lads. Sean, I was going to ask, were you at the parade? Because it seems like something you would be fooled by.
Conor, I've never been fooled by anything ever, first of all. April 1st, I just call that April Day. But
that technically does make you a fool, so the irony is high.
That's fair as well. I'm not big on parades, I'll be honest.
I don't like a parade.
I don't like it that much.
I don't understand it.
I love like a street fest. I like being able to move through stuff. I don't want stuff moving past me.
Yeah, and it's like standing still.
Yeah, fuck that. No,
I'm not. And like, you just see everything walk past and then you're done.
Yeah, and then if you can't walk the same direction as the parade, or else you just see the same thing the whole time.
I'm going to say something, Sean.
Go ahead.
I don't like fireworks. Maybe I don't like them. Isn't the point? I don't see the point.
I get not seeing the point. I do get that. I would say, I do think an organised fireworks show. Seeing fireworks when you're not expecting fireworks, but it's an organised show, that's fine. Young scroats setting them off at all hours of the night. On a night when it's not a firework night, specifically. That I'm not a big fan of.
See, even the organised one, I'm done after maybe a minute or two. I've seen it. It's grand.
I play a little game where anytime I'm watching a fireworks show, I'll whisper to the person beside me, God, that must be the big finish. Just after every explosion.
The smallest one you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Jeez, that must be the big fish. You must have spent a fortune on that. Fucking hell.
I was at a wedding a while ago that had surprise fireworks. That was great.
That's pretty good. I don't have any at mine, unfortunately. Or do
You're about to, buddy.
Or do You're going to lose a finger.
We need to go across the border really quick.
Like, honestly, we need to go to the hospital. Sean's having losing his hand.
It's worth it though. It's supposed to be the big finish.
It's class, lad. It's the big finish.
Fingers everywhere.
That's the big finish. Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this was another one that was sent in to us numerous times, and that is Schneider Electric ransomware crew demands 125k ransom paid in baguettes.
In baguettes?
In baguettes.
The bread?
The bread. Schneider Electric confirmed that it is investigating a breach as a ransomware group, Hellcat, claims to have stolen more than 40 gigabytes of compressed data and demanded that the French multinational energy management company pay them $125,000 in baguettes, or else it sees the sensitive customer operational information leaked to the public.
Okay. They're just being shithouses.
They're just being pure shithouses with the ransom, yes.
They're not in it for the money or the bread.
They don't give a shit. How do you pay someone 125k in baguettes?
Unless it's one really expensive baguette.
Like a really big baguette that's like gold jewelled.
That's the only way I can think of it anyway.
Schneider Electric declined to answer the registered specific questions about the intrusion, including if the attackers really want 125,000 in baguettes or if they would settle for cryptocurrency.
I mean, both are untraceable, really.
Both of them are worth the same to me, to be honest. So, the ransom crew called Hellcat claimed to have gained access to the site infrastructure via the $40 billion energy management giant's Alsacian Gyra system. This breach has compromised critical data, including projects, issues, plugins, and 400,000 rows of user data, totaling 40 gigabytes of data.
That's pretty big.
That's a lot of humans who have now had their data released, yes.
What was the ransom amount? 150 in baguettes?
$125,000 in baguettes.
Okay, so a baguette in 2021 retailed for €3.58 per kilo.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
$125,000 in euro.
You want to be wearing a balaclava, you bastards. Jesus Christ.
What's this character that you're doing? What's happening here? And then that's divided by 3.58, and then because I want to see how many kilograms of baguette these lads are going to end up with.
Of course.
3,260 kilos of baguette.
So what all that's happened here is that this group Hellcat have hacked into this French multinational company's data, stolen it all, and then they were like, give us baguettes if you want it back. So this is pure shithousery just because they can. They've done it to prove that they can do it, and they don't really give a shit.
And they could have asked for any amount of ransom, but they decided to be pricks about it.
So they also said that failure to meet this demand will result in the dissemination of the comprised information. And then they also said, if you state that this breach happened out loud, this will decrease the ransom by 50%.
Right, so they want to make them say it.
So they've done it, and they're like, well, you give us 250,000 baguettes, or you could give us $125,000 worth of baguettes. It's up to you.
Are they actually going to pay it?
How do you pay it?
You get every baker in France. You need to get 3 tons of baguettes.
Just get everyone you know. Bake me a baguette.
Yeah, everyone's chipping in. Like
you're going to need... This is going to be a whole operation for the whole of France. You need everybody involved in this.
What's their delivery time? Because you got to have all the bread ready at the same time or it's going to go stale.
Yeah, they also sent this message, by the way, straight to the CEO of the... He's a new CEO and he's called Oliver Bloom. So this is the same day that Hellcat added the multinational to its site of shame, which doesn't make for a pleasant first week on the job. It's his first week on the job.
He had just left the monkey sanctuary where...
He was like, another enclosure closed, another good day at the office. Now to head to France. I've got a multinational company that won't lead itself.
And then, oh no, it's happened again.
Oh no, bring back the monkeys.
What's the Irish equivalent to asking for baguettes?
See, yeah, country by country, what do you do? Okay, so you've got, if they rob stuff from us, Guinness, $125,000 in Guinness.
I guess, yeah, that's probably it. Or like a stew, perhaps.
Maybe a stew, yeah. Although Guinness, $125,000 in Guinness. Depends what Guinness you're looking at. Are you going to take the bar Guinness? Because that could be 6 Guinnesses. Like, we could solve that easy.
It's a classic dad joke right there. That's fantastic.
Should be wearing a balaclava, you bastards.
Oh, he's back. Oh, the lad's
He's back. Okay, England. What do you do with England?
Yorkshire pasties.
Maybe
Cornish
Yorkshire
pasties, Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe. What else is entirely English?
What's an English? Spam. Cans of spam.
A scone. Or a scone.
No, it's a scone.
Okay, whatever way you want to do it. Scotland, you're obviously doing haggis.
Yeah, has to. Wales,
Yeah.
rarebit, I guess. Rarebit's delicious, to be fair.
America, it's $125,000 of cheeseburgers.
I was going to say burgers, yeah, or hot dogs.
Or hot dogs.
There we go.
Spain, paella, if you really want to get technical about it, Sean, you know yourself.
Italy, pasta,
schnitzel, Germany. I think they should do this for all the countries. Just like make demands that just like there's no way you could ever reach that.
There's definitely some countries that are better. Like Mexico, you get 125,000 burritos. Fantastic.
That's the way you want to go. You'd be set for life.
Yeah. The energy packed into one meal.
No, I'll be honest with you. You'll be shitting yourself for maybe months to years.
That's fine. Your body will adapt.
Just it changes over time. You know what I mean?
Things stretch.
Big stretch. I think this is the height of shithousery, and I very much enjoy it. They're just like, this is what we can do. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, see, this, like, look, honestly, like, don't sell innocent people's data. But if you want to fuck with big companies, do it in the funniest way possible.
I think the big companies should be fucked with.
Yeah. We've often said that on this show.
See, when you say that, though, it does make us seem like we're part of Hellcat, and I don't want that out either. Because we are, but we don't want that out, Sean. You know what I mean? Wink, nudge, nudge.
Look, I don't think either of us are clever enough to be part of a hacker group, Connor.
Well,
but if you need some promotion online...
We're a balaclava, actually, if you want to.
Be honest, lads. You have a bit of an image issue at the minute.
What you need is two lads who are willing to do the hard sacrifice. You know what I mean? I'm willing to go on a radio show.
We'll do it for the low price.
19 Guinnesses. Temple Bar. That'll set us for life.
You want balaclava, do you?
Okay, that's a bit unfunny, Sean.
Sorry, man, I didn't mean it. It's...
You don't need to get fucking personal.
I knew that was going to happen.
You win for it, though. I respect it.
Thanks,
so I was a third one as well. I get, you know what I mean.
Comedy comes in twos. Fuck.
As we all know, not us though.
No.
Finishing this week on Florida Man. As Florida Man has the most Florida Man headline that he's had in quite a while. Florida Man slams into telephone pole while running from deputies who busted him for drugs during traffic stop.
Is this Florida Man a cartoon character by any chance?
This Florida Man was too busy looking over his shoulder at the police to see the pole that he was running directly into. When Scott Sheeran and Heidi Reynolds were pulled over by deputies in the area of Toucan Trail in Spring Hill nearly 2 weeks ago, detectives said that they saw a rolled cigar containing a green leafy substance that they identified as marijuana.
Damn, you always hope it's going to be oregano, but it never is.
It never is. The parsley, mopped up. According to HCSO, they also found a pill box with the word Xanax written on it that had 11 alprazolam pills. There you go.
Alprazam.
That's the one. And I clearly am not a drug dealer.
Well, let me tell you.
I like the idea of me like trying to read it out, but like I have a sheet of paper and they're like trying to be like under, so you got the pills, man. You mean the alprazolam pills? Is that what you're looking for?
The pink ones, yeah.
The heroine, is that what you want, sir?
You want a strong female character, don't we all? You're doing riffs.
Now, what drugs do you want? Go on. And 2 separate baggies with fentanyl residue inside. So that's good. Deputies removed Sharon from the driver's seat and an unidentified passenger from the passenger seat. Deputies said the backseat passenger, who was later identified as Reynolds, refused to provide detectives with her name, identification, or exit the vehicle. Strong stance from Florida woman there.
It's tough when you're in a car full of drugs.
Yeah, I'm not moving. After trying several times to get her to leave the vehicle voluntarily, Reynolds was escorted out and handcuffed. Now, when they say escorted out, what they mean is they fucking grabbed her. Get the fuck out. While searching the vehicles, deputies say that they found 3 syringes filled with a clear liquid that later tested positive for meth. They also found a black container with 4 more marijuana cigarettes.
Injecting meth.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible.
I feel like I think that's expert level. You've got hard mode.
Yeah. You're just... Because there's no barrier. There's no...
Yeah.
It's just straight in your bloodstream.
Just straight up, mate. A blue pack and locked brown safe were also inside the vehicle. This vehicle is the clown car of vehicles in terms of drugs.
They're pulling out like a handkerchief, but it's just tied up bags of heroin.
More syringes. When deputies tried to arrest him, Schwerin said they went to put the handcuffs on him. They say he ran away, but he didn't get far. According to deputies, he began running, and when he broke into a sprint, he glanced over his shoulder to look at them and ran straight into a telephone pole that was directly in front of him, almost knocking himself out.
It's running into a lamppost or anything like that is the worst thing in the world. Someone said this before I did. This isn't my joke, but your knees go first. So it's like it's knees first, then forward, straight in.
And you don't know which hurts more. Like the knees take the initial brunt, but you're like, well, my head is really sore, but Jesus, that knee pain.
Yeah.
Oh, boys, that's not good.
And then, like, fair enough if you're running from the police or whatever, but if you just casually walk into a lamppost in public life, and you have to pretend like you didn't and just go about the rest of your day.
When they're like, how did you ended up arrested in like jail? He's like, well, I made a run for it and I got stopped by a big light, a lamppost of the law. They've just recently started hiring them. After getting a search warrant for the safe, so remember there was a safe in the car, Sean.
Yeah.
They then got a search warrant for the safe, and what did they find in the safe? Lots of money that they were going to give to charities.
Nice.
They actually
Love
found. They also found just things that they were going to give to people at the orphanage. Toys.
I think he's lying, listeners.
Several used syringes, plastic baggies, cut straws containing residue, a digital scale, 2 separate bags containing another green leafy substance, 6 other separate baggies containing crystal-like substance, which later identified as meth.
Why is all that in the safe?
Because
the rest of it's just around the car, so what's so special about this one?
What if somebody gets to it? You know what I mean? You gotta lock up your meth. I always say to you, Sean, only have 3 syringes out at any given time.
That is
Rest
true.
of them locked away.
You did make me sign that when I joined the podcast. That's true.
So, Sean, what do you think of Florida Man here? Would you have ran, maybe just stay in the car? What's the story?
You'd think with all the meth in his system, he'd be faster, you know?
But he wasn't aware of what was going on.
It's true. And that lamppost came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Now, he's only been arrested on technically on resisting an officer, possession of meth, possession of fentanyl, possession of alprazam, possession of marijuana, possession of drugs, possession of syringes, and his bond is only set at $50,000. So actually, super easy.
It's not that bad. Sell some meth, you have that in no time.
You can buy a load of meth with that.
Buy so much meth with 50 grand.
So Sean, that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with an episode of Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of the show. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. Head over there if you want to vote on our Christmas movie review coming up. Also the November review, that's also coming up. But just any suggestions you have, you can throw them over there. You also, for signing up, get access. You just get a shout out on the show. So thank you to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Spooky Waffles, Boooo, What's That Behind You, Boooo, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost feels like a boar is a 63, not an 18.
Strong points. There you go.
Strong points. For me, a 63, maybe it's because it came up, like a jungle cat of some kind would be a 63, like a cheetah.
You can't beat his logic. Like, no matter what you put in, he's going to have just some sort of brain bend that he's able to work it out with his own head.
Brain bend is a kind term for a stroke, basically.
There you go. I'm your pal.
Thank you to Ed Ball. Conor and Lorraine would like it to know what number Laika the space dog is. Russ Hey Moneybags Meighan, how are you rich if you can collect those miniatures? Even Bill Gates can't afford that-Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Kira Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey Chair's #1 fan, Fuck the Heckler, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Pete might fuck around and re-expose himself to gamma radiation, Jack Markham, Barrel of Cheese, Johnny Ray, Hunter Harvard, the Texas Iron Man, and Donegal George. Thank you all for your support. We really, really, really appreciate it. Head over to Patreon if you want to support us. There is also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meighan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.